Today I will be making a journey. I don't know where is my journey. I would like to go in different places. Would you like to come with me? Yes! It would be nice to do this journey together. My bag is ready. I am ready. Come with me. Oh, wait!
When I was at my village, my family had a hard time. They used to go to fields and we were at home, so no one was there to look after us.
I didn't see school in my life. I just had to look after my small brother. All the day he used to cry, and if he is crying, then my mother beats me. It was really tough time for me.
Yeah, I was watching a movie called Machine Gun Preacher. As dangerous as the movie sounds, it really wasn't that dangerous. I was originally going to go to partying, but after watching that movie, I wanted to do something more useful.
The reason I came to El Shaddai the first time when I was 17, at that point in time I wasn't very confident and I really wanted to do something that would take me out of my comfort zone and challenge me to do something new.
After watching that, I didn't want to go partying anymore. I called Anita Edgar and asked if it was please possible that I could do something like that. She realised that, hence I'm here.
All my sisters got married at the age of 13, 14, 15. They have 4-5 children, husband beating. Girls really has a hard time.
My dad came to my house and saying that, Lakshman, we have to go. He put me on the truck. I saw so many other children also with me. So I said, Dad, where we are going? He said that we are going to Goa.
I came to Goa in 1993 to work among the people with the alcohol and drug problem. After 16 months, I happened to go to slums. That was a time I thought, I cannot change all of them because they are all set in their ways and it's too much. Maybe I can change some of them. Not change, I must help them to think differently.
I went to India for a 2-week holiday in 1996. Following 10 years driving the aid trucks to Romania and Albania and Bosnia, I remember going to the church on Sunday and meeting Matthew.
Anita Edgar, who is my co-founder, put in my head, why don't we register a charity? I didn't know what is charity, what is registration. So I met a lawyer, paid him 5,000 rupees, and he drafted a trust deed, which I never even read. We signed the paper, and the trust was formed.
Matthew and I didn't really know what we were doing. Me as a retired nurse and him as a pastor had no qualifications at all for running children's homes.
Tonight we will play from the start until the end, all the show without stop. You will see that everything changes when you are in the dark. I am Erika Vicenzi and I am part of a theatre company from Italy called Teatro per Caso. I was in India a few years before. I met in Anjuna Market this organization, Shaddai Street Child Rescue. They didn't know us, but they said, yes, you are welcome, you can come and work with our children. So we started this project called the Laboratorio Smiles in 2006. We worked the first year with 200 children. Year after year we came, 2007, 8, 9, 10. It has been for us and for them a very beautiful experience. In the city pictures, there are many stops. We make a big stop, not like that, okay? Because if you do big movement, are most beautiful. Remember that and use the space properly. So take your position and we start.
One side of India is very bright, very successful. But it's shame that the other side, all the villages, people have no food, no job, no money. And a lot of them live by 1 meal a day because they can't afford to have 3 meals or even 2 meals. So they migrate into the cities and they build the slums. In the slums, they have no culture, no stability. They have no dignity. One of the biggest problems, most of the men are alcoholics. And men don't go to work after certain years. They send their own children to work. All kind of odd jobs like rack picking, selling plastic bags in the market, or begging.
There's children here curled up, drunk. It's just a horrible sight. And there's babies, there's a baby there on the ground. And we just don't know what we can do to help. There's just so many of them. There's so many. We just don't know how to help them. We've just done a feeding program and helped in another slum. But that other slum at least had tents. These have absolutely nothing over them.
Constitutionally, every Indian has a right for food, shelter, education, now job too. But majority of the people don't know about it. So our challenge is to empower people.
Ready? We reach Goa after 4 years. So in 4 years, the life of children changed a lot.
Samosa.
We knew that probably we had to meet new children. We left them when they were 10, now they are 14. We left them where they were 18, now they are working. 4 years far from here, it's a long time. So we plan to do a project starting from the first step. Now you go home.
Oh.
Yeah, you rest a little bit, baby, because tonight we need you.
Sonia, we must bring this pen.
The children are very small, most of them are small, so we try to do a simple workshop, dance, acrobatic, stilts, motorcycle, theater. We try to use their potential to improve their potential. If one girl was able to dance, we try to put her talent to do more.
This is Victory House, home of the boys in the age between 8 to 12. This is first house we opened for the children. When I went to slums and when I saw how bad their life is, I thought I must set up a home. But I didn't have any money.
We came to India about 23 years ago, roughly. And is it 17 years ago, thereabouts? We were very lucky. We were changing some money a few days before we went home. And there were some flyers on the money changer's desk saying, English nurses open children's home, please come and visit. So we went there, and we met Anita. They had, I think, 23 children in part of a rented house.
And she was sat behind this desk with nothing.
She was like Mother Hubbard, like the nursery rhyme, with children and nothing to...
Yeah, but there was nothing in this cupboard.
Those early days were really, really special to me. The children who came into our first home, Victory House, they didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what we were doing, no office. I had a little motorbike and we used to scuttle up and down to the children's home. We knew we had started something that had a great, great future.
When we entered Victory House, it was two rooms. One was for girls and one was for boys. And I didn't know Hindi, I didn't know English. I could talk only my language. Then after some time, I slowly learned Hindi. So I used to go in a room and try all the dresses. I used to feel like I came in a dream world like that.
When I came there first in 1997, 98, so it was like a big house. I never saw a big house with a big compound and walls and the trees. And the first thing they gave me is a bread, big bread and a glass of milk. So I was like so excited. Oh wow, this is so nice, and they are playing things, and there were some few children who were already there. That was the first house in Vagatar, and my dad said that I'm going now, I'll see you later. After a week, I started crying. I was thinking of my family. Where is he? He said he's coming. And every time I asked my Vanan sir and Eugene uncle, they were the first staff, I asked them, is my dad coming? They always say like, he's coming tomorrow, he's coming tomorrow. But he never came.
I went home the first time, having had the experience, and I sponsored a child. She was a House of Kathleen child. She's now in Rainbow House. She's growing up really, really well. Now I'm training to be an occupational therapist, so coming here again has a whole new meaning for me. Because with occupational therapy, what we aim to do is give people a second chance in life. So if they have difficulties, like physical health, mental health, they've suffered abuse, or that sort of thing, we can help them, give them a future. And a lot of these children in India are a really good example of what we can do with working with children as an OT. Giving them confidence, giving them back their childhood is really important.
If you see that one is in trouble, stop, rest, wait, okay? Like normal things. The audience don't know what's happening. The audience don't know nothing. If your heart starts to breathe and count. 1, 2. It's very important this, because you relax. The breath helps you to relax.
Our type of theater is a discovery. We try to discover day after day new way to play theater, and the show of tonight is the result of 3 weeks discovery. The performance of tonight is a journey of one child, Vishal. Stand, stand. Stand, give the hand. Vishal was a boy of the theater. I chose him because his eyes. All the people of the audience are your best friends. They are going to travel with you. It's a beautiful experience. When he looks to you, you can feel something. He can touch your heart just looking to you. So Vishal is a small boy, but is a big actor. Vishal will travel with all the audience through a fantasy world. They will go together to the sea, under the sea. They will go together to the space. So they will live a journey together.
Sanjay, Kiran, Akash.
Education is the way forward. Without education, nothing is going to change.
We developed a school called Shanti. It was started very small in one of our children's home. Then we moved to a rented place. Then we got this place.
Shanti School is a center for learning. We have all age group of children. Children are from underprivileged, broken families, dropouts, never been to school, and slow learners. Our slogan is learning to think through life.
Every child has a cubicle, and he is the boss of his own class. He has a table, he has a chair, and has a notice board. The book that need to be taught, it may be 200 or whatever number of pages. It has been divided into small page of 10 page. Now, a child can take it faster or slower, because all the children don't have the same ability to grasp and understand things. The job of the teacher is to go around and help.
We don't have standards here, we put it grades. And even the grades, we have names like pioneers, challengers, so the child doesn't have any ego problem that he's in first standard or second standard or third standard. He's just in pioneers, just in challengers, he's just in achievers.
So our education system is, you help a child to discover himself. I believe we all have an inbuilt talent within us for something in life. All of us are uniquely able. There is nobody is useless. I never see a child of El Shaddai who've been with me for, say, 5 years minimum, back on the street for begging or rack picking or peddling or labor job. No.
Once we finish our 10th, we work for El Shaddai 1 year. And after 1 year, we continue our studies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10.
So for 1 year, I was trainee I used to help teachers in cutting, preparing worksheets. And then I started teaching. They don't stay, we have to take them. Is it clear? Yeah. We have to take the boat in the water. When I came, I was not knowing the standing lines, scribbling, whatever they used to teach me. I was not able to pronounce the alphabet. So it was very difficult for me. But now I can pronounce and plus I can teach. Okay, in the afternoon. Good afternoon, Miss. I want to teach in this school, but I thought of going out and doing my further studies and being the best teacher where everyone will appreciate me and everyone will be happy with me. I want to give my level best and I want to plus tell them that I am from El Shaddai. Just because of them, I am a teacher.
I used to play for a club in Saligaon United. I'm looking after sports. I'm doing coaching for under 14, under 16, and we have 3 teams registered under GFA, that is Goa Football Association. And I also do fundraising in the flea market on the beaches, talk to people, tell them about El Shaddai, how it is, what it is. I never knew that El Shaddai will grow such big organization. I never knew. But in fact, I never knew that we will be having our own homes, own offices, own school, own football ground, you can say. We were just like 37 children in El Shaddai earlier. Now we have more than 3,500 children. When I came in El Shaddai, all the children were friendly, staffs were friendly. We used to call them Mama, because we never know who is sir, what is sir. We didn't know even a word in English. From there, our journey started, and after a year, my dad also came. I said, I don't want to come with you. I want to stay here.
Everything happened like a miracle. People from nowhere and everywhere started coming and giving us money, a lot of support.
The first house was Shekinah House, and then they went on, was it Rainbow House, and then Victory House, I think, then House of Kathleen. It's grown and grown and grown, and we've been very lucky to see this happen.
Today, we have around more than 3,500 children in our network, around 300 plus living in the different homes, 6 homes in Goa. Then we have shelters in almost every city in Goa, some in Mumbai, Karnataka, Kerala, Chennai, Nagpur, Gujarat, and Sikkim. And this year, if God allows, hopefully we are going to start a new project in Chennai and Delhi.
We have reached out to many villages in neighbouring states, villages who have nothing. We've been able to build centres, educate children.
So our job is to go into these villages, help them to be more exciting, help them to do to farming like we do. We dig wells. We call it wells for life, so that they can be empowered. They can stay in their own village. They can earn some. If a person wants to move to city, he can move after his education, not as an illiterate. If you move to a city as an educated, you know what to do and you always make your life.
To have been around that long, that we see children who've grown up and they're now married, some have got children of their own, and they've got a successful, happy life. And we know that a lot of them would not have had that chance before.
We don't need to pat on the horn or anything, it's just, hello, it's in the lane, it's lovely.
We've had the car like about 12 years or something like that now, and they must recognise it's going a bit rusty and there's this sort of thing, but it's had a couple of dints, I think. One's from boys at Shekinah House where one kicks a football over, and there was a dint, a massive dint in the side of the car where it went in. He went, oh, what we're going to do, sort of thing, you know. But we've had funny moments like that.
And I shouted, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it's only the car.
But she hadn't seen what the dint was like. But it's been, we've had some lovely experiences and a lot of fun as well.
Namaste.
Bye.
Alex.
My gosh, I've experienced more than I have in the past 6 months, half year.
52 plus 23.
So I didn't even know about Johnny. No, yes, Johnny, yes, Papa. And that song, I didn't know about that until I came here. Never taught in my life.
No, A, below A.
They had such an enthusiasm to learn. They wanted to learn. They were coming up to me, asking me questions. They even asked me to give them homework. Back where I've been, homework's the last thing on our mind. We hope the teacher forgets in our school.
After me. A, below A.
Children are children in every part of the year. We believe that art is really important for a child. A child that can create something from nothing, it's an amazing experience. After the project, we see little change in them and in us. So for this reason, we come here every year.
We practice manual, it is so nice because we was practicing so hard. I will try to do nicely.
Don't worry, the show must go on. If it doesn't work, talk loudly, don't stop.
Wonderful and beautiful journeys, unforgettable journeys that you can make without moving a step.
So I was born in a Christian Catholic family, and it was a very troubled family where my dad comes drunk in the night and he will shout. It was always a pressure in the house. There is a conflict. And I became very bitter and I lost the purpose of living. I left my home and I finished my 12th standard. Lived in the street like a tramp. You know, I begged for food, pick up cigarette BDNs from the road, smoked, slept on the roadside, smoking hash, got into bad company, taking drugs, late night. And I did try to kill myself. But somehow I never died. Then one night I was drunk and I went to sleep in a bus shelter. Next day morning I got up around 8 o'clock and I sat there and I looked around. I saw all these bikes and cars running on the road. They're all going somewhere. So I sat there and thought to myself, what's wrong with you? Look at, they all seems to be enjoying and they all have somewhere to go. And I got up and I have nowhere to go. So that day I made a decision. I'm not going to live in the streets anymore. I'm going to take up a job. So I looked around. I thought asking to tea stall, small chai shop. So I went and asked one place. They gave me a job of wiping the tables. Where I applied to another place. And I became a waiter there. Then I got into a 3-star hotel. And I joined a catering college. So morning I go to college to study and evening I used to work. And life was very colorful, but still my life was very empty. So when I was 22, someone invited me to a Christian meeting. And I went to this campus, there were 2,000 young people. They all were talking about God. And I really believe that God is meant for people who don't know to stand for themselves. God is more like a walking stick for those who can't walk by themselves. So as I was sitting there, I heard one man speaking about Christ. You know, I believe God touched me. And I started crying. I realized there's a change is needed in my life. And I made a choice to become a Christian that day.
I feel safe. Now we go further. I can hear familiar sounds not so far away.
In 1993, I came to Goa. Visiting the slums really touched my heart. I never seen people living in such a pathetic condition, no basic facility, no house, nobody ever been to school. I told them about the importance of education, why your children need to be educated. They were excited, so I said, we'll build a school. I don't know what I was doing, they also don't know what they were doing. And we built a shed in the slums. And I set up my first school in the slums. So that's where almost El Shaddai was born. Now, I had no idea what I was getting into. I never knew what his charity is all about, and I had nothing to do with the children in my past. But when I went there and talking to them, helping them, it gave me so much of joy. I enjoy doing it.
To tell you, he's a really good Dada. We call him Dada just because he is Dada. I know he's very emotional, but every time we had a hard time, he's there to support us. My parents used to come once in a year. So I used to think, for Ganesh I'm here, for Diwali I'm here. Like everyone are going home. I tried lots of time to run away from there because I was not comfortable. I was missing my parents. Sometimes I used to tell Pastor Matthew saying that my parents are not coming to see me and I feel they don't like me. And then Dada used to hug me and kiss me. He used to say, no Miru, they love you. Maybe they can't come and see you because they have more children. So don't worry, we are there to see you. He used to like always comfort me.
He knows what to do when with us, but we never mind. Whatever he is, we love him.
First time that I volunteered with El Shaddai, one thing I was not prepared for was the culture shock that I felt going back to the UK. Everyone said, oh, you'll be prepared for a huge culture shock when you go to India. And I was like, well, actually, I found it more difficult going back to the UK and adapting to the real consumerism and all the waste and everything. And also the way that childhood is seen in England. Some of these children haven't seen a parachute before. They haven't played pass the parcel. They haven't had face paints and all the things that we in England might take for granted. They're really amazing children who have seen more than their years, they're older than their years. Their spirit and their ability to adapt to situations is incredible. They will teach you more than you can ever teach them.
We try to explain to people back home, and sometimes they think they're hard up in poverty and this sort of thing. They haven't got a clue. I once went to give a little talk somewhere, and I took some photographs and some videos to watch, and I was saying that sometimes the children don't know whether they've got food to eat tonight. But one little girl put her hand up and said, well, if there's nothing to eat, why doesn't she just go to the shop and buy a Mars bar? The concept of poverty in the UK and Europe is completely different. I mean, poverty here means you've got absolutely nothing. From that beginning, to see it go so successfully from such humble background, it's been marvellous. And there's such a lot of people who've had an input over the years. Some people have gone different ways now, some people are no longer here, they've expired. That's it, I mean, we'll all go eventually, but we've met some wonderful people here. You know, it's been a privilege.
We decided to call the project of this year Journeys. Why? Because final performance is a journey, is an experience. What is the meaning of a journey for them? So for me, a journey is go far. Maybe for a child here is go to the beach on Saturday. So there are many different meanings of journey.
I think it's pretty obvious. My favourite experience is being with the children.
Good. Acha bahut hai.
They made me reinforce the value that you should not only think with your mind, because it's easy to do that, you should also think with your heart.
Cheating.
Cheating? I love being with the children. They all think they all treat me like a big kid.
Show me.
And they changed me as much as I changed them. As cheesy as that may sound, it's really true. They really did. They helped me a lot.
My friend, I cannot read your writing. I cannot read. I love your writing. It's too difficult. Well, wait, shocked.
See, I'm born in a family where it's all tension and stress. Run away from my house, become like a tramp, a vagabond. And things have changed supernaturally. And I discovered myself.
I can see my sisters suffering, getting married, suffering, and they had a hard time. When I was 15, they got married. And now I'm 20, till now I'm working. And that's why I'm very thankful, very thankful.
My journey is all about El Shaddai. From my childhood to my adult. Now I'm going to Dubai, working. So hopefully if I get some chance there to talk about El Shaddai, definitely talk.
The journey from 17 till now, I think was part of the reason why I'm retraining. Because I saw the potential in people and I really wanted to work with that and train in a profession that I can go off and do that for people, to really be part of their lives and journey with them for a short period of time maybe, but journey with them to be where they want to be and to be the best that they can be. So El Shaddai has been a really important part of that for me.
I can't see us being around in 17 years' time, but you know, in 17 years' time I hope somebody's sort of saying, what a wonderful 34 years you've had, let's hope we're going to have another 17 or 34 years, because it's an ongoing thing and it will need work and effort on behalf of Matthew and Anita, because eventually they're going to get older and new people are coming. There are people like Laxman and Prima and Ratcha who are coming into the organisation, and having gone through it, they know the score, they know what it's like and what it's all about.
Every child who grew up in El Shaddai is a story for me. It's a heart-touching story because I know what background they come from. Some of them come from their mother has been a street prostitute, still a street prostitute. There are some children seeing their mother dying on the roadside. There are some children literally often they have no one in the world. There are so many children who have father, but they never find comfort. They never had a chance. You know, meeting those children and listening to their stories and seeing them dressed up nice, go in the car and bikes, it pays millions. So I really enjoy what I'm doing, and all my life, I want to continue doing this same. It's been an incredible journey.
It's sleep. I must go back, and you must too. I feel stronger and more aware than before. I have learned new things. I thank you for traveling with me. When you make a journey, the destination is not so important. What is important is the journey.
Something good in everything I see. I cross the street.